we stayed there until they called your name out. And each day when I got there, why, it was really crowded. And boy, each day a bunch would leave, and your name wouldn't be called. And I began to wonder, what's gone wrong? Why isn't my name called?
Yeah.
The last
The
day.
the last day.
The last exchange, yeah. They called my name, so I got out on the 5th of September. And that was the last exchange of the prisoners. And they took us across the DMZ. It took us to the Freedom Bridge, and then from there we walked to the gate and got through. And once we got through, there was this big Marine standing there. You wanted to hug the guy. At any rate, why, they took us right away to a hospital area, and they had a field shower set up, and we threw all of our Chinese clothes into a pile, and I hope they burned them. I'm sure they did. And we were able to shower and get cleaned up, and in the process of all of this moving around for the exchange, why, I buddied up with the Army guy that he was an interesting guy. He had a girl in every port. That's all he could talk about, was getting back where he could see. I thought, boy, what a BS artist. And after we left the shower, they sprayed us with DDT, and we're heading into the hospital tent, and I heard this voice holler out, "Danny!" I looked up on the knoll there, and there was a colonel standing up there, female colonel. It was my brother-in-law's sister.
Oh.
She was an anesthesiologist for MASH, and she had been up there. Well, she was assigned to the hospital there, but she'd been out there every day for the exchanges, waiting to see me come across. So I ran up and got a big hug out of her, and this guy standing there, he couldn't believe it. I couldn't shake him after that. Anyway, so that was pretty exciting, and I think I was the only guy to be met by a female.
Yeah. During that whole process, you were
set some sort of record. Anyhow, that pretty much wound it up. From there, we went to the hospital and then processed, and eventually got on board the General Brewster for the ride home, 2-week ride home to San Francisco, and that was a good thing. At first, we were upset about being sent back by ship, but it was a good thing because it gave us a chance to adjust our diet, where we could take the rich foods, everything. So it was okay. Got to San Francisco, and my parents had come up from Southern California, and I had a sister living in San Francisco, she and her family. So I was met by all of them, and an old buddy from school, why, he was in the Bay Area, so he met us, and it was exciting. Unfortunately, I went out and got plastered about the first So, but anyhow, but you had to have some fun.
You have to have some fun. You've come back. Were you aware of when you were being transferred over?
Oh yeah, yeah. We knew this was
from where you were going.
We were going home.
You were going home.
So we knew that. They didn't want us anymore, and I don't know what the exchange rate was. How many North Korean prisoners they got back, or Chinese prisoners they got back for each of us, because we numbered in roughly 5,000 and something prisoners. There was over 100,000 on the island south of So I don't know what terms they made, but I'm sure it wasn't one for one. And a lot of those prisoners wanted to stay. The North Korean and the Chinese prisoners wanted to stay. They were better off than being, the U.S., or I shouldn't say the U.S., the Allies, I think there was 20 GIs that wanted to stay, 20 or 22, something like that. And they were yahoos anyhow. So it was good riddance.
So let's talk. So how long did it take for you to fully recover from what you had sustained?
94 years. No, it took a while.
It took a while.
Yeah.
Then you're fully recovered. So how? So after Korea, did you officially leave the service after at that point at the end?
Well, actually, I contemplated staying in because of being in the hospital, in and out of the hospital, and having a lot of dental work needed to be done and everything. They kept putting me on leave, and I was on leave so much I was running out of money. Because I didn't want to sit around, so I was having a good time.